Hello, my dear students and viewers. Welcome to my channel, Scorpio class. So here I am with one more important video for all my dear viewers who are going to attempt their board examinations and are working very hard for it. So yes, in this video, we are going to discuss first language, English, solved model question paper. So here we go without any more of the wastage of time. Let's get started. So here with the first language, English paper, you have for 100 marks, and the first main is of multiple choice questions. So let's quickly get started. First one, Ritesh reads a lot of books. The appropriate question tag to be added is option A, does he, doesn't he, did he, or didn't he? So answer is option B, doesn't he. Now question 2, dash Kaveri flows into dash Bay of Bengal. The appropriate articles to be filled in the blanks are A, the, and a, or an and a. So the right option is option B, the and the. Okay, both the articles will be the. So basically these multiple choice questions are your grammar based questions. Okay, let's move to the next question, third one. We dash English since 2 years. Choose the correct form of verb. Learn, learned, learning, have been learning. And the right answer is have been learning. We have been learning English since 2 years. Okay, next fourth question. The plural of the word half is halves, 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 and halves. Here both pronunciations are same, but the spellings are different. So kindly observe it. And then the option B is the right option, Halves, halves. Okay. Next question 5. The word that takes im as a negative prefix is regular, finished, legal, or mortal. And the right answer is mortal, because you usually use immortal as a prefix here with this word. Okay, and so this is the right answer. Next, question 6. The plants in her house silently begged to be watered. The figure of speech used here is simile, metaphor, personification, or alliteration. So yes, the answer is option C, personification, because human quality is being given here to the plant. Okay, so it's a personification. It is personified. So here we finish with our first main. Let's continue with the second main. Observe the relationship in the first pair of words and complete the second pair accordingly in the following. Okay, so first pair is given accordingly, whatever is the suitable thing, like is it meaning or is it opposite, in the same way you have to fill in the second pair. So first one is fresh is to stale, is as expand is to dash. So answer will be contract, expand, contract. It is opposites, antonyms. Okay. Next, success is to triumph, stature is to dash. Answer is height. Next, teach is to thought, is as feed is to dash, fed. Okay. Next, calm is to calmness, is as elegant is to elegance. Okay, so how are you going to get to know what answers you have to write? You have to check the first pair. What is it written? What is the relation between these two words? Same way you have to write the answer for the second pair also. Okay, let's quickly move to third main. Rewrite as directed. Change the voice of the sentence. So the question is, the sentence is, the recitation pleased the judges. Okay, so it is an active voice. So you have to make it into passive voice. Change the voice. Okay, this is an active, so you have to change it into passive. Answer will be, the judges were pleased by the recitation. The judges were pleased by the recitation. Next, 12th question. Frame a question to get the underlined word as an answer. I met an actor in the park last night. The underlined word is an actor. So you have to frame a question in such a way that this underlined word comes in answer. Okay. So the answer will be, whom did you meet in the park last night? Or who did you meet in the park last night? Both of these question words are correct. Any of it you could write, but the sentence should be written like this so that we get the answer as an actor. Okay. Next, rewrite the following sentence using so that, not. Now the sentence is, the news is too good to be true. Answer, The news is so good that it cannot be true. Okay, so you have to use so, that, and not in the sentence. So the news is too good to be true. Instead of too good, you should change it into the news is so good that it cannot be true. Okay, next. Fourth main, answer the following questions in a sentence each. Name the branch of science founded by Pasteur. Answer is bacteriology. Next. Where was the girl going in the lesson? The eyes are not here. Answer is Saharanpur. The girl was going to Saharanpur. Next question 16. What, according to Perry, is a sure sign of starvation? Answer, begging for 7 days without food with squint slightly. Okay, so these are the answers. Now, 17th question. Why had Bhutto gone to Dronacharya? Answer, Bhutto had gone to Dronacharya to learn the science archery. To learn the science archery. Now, you're finished with fourth main. Now, let's continue with fifth main. Answer the following questions in 2 or 3 sentences. So, it's a 2-mark question. Now, question 18. Describe the appearance of the girl of a silent torrent. Answer. Her hair was carelessly done, inquisitive wisps peeped often over her forehead to peer at the dark wonder of her eye. So just make a note of here, my dear viewers, that these are the main points which are given. To make it in subjective answers, you could frame a proper sentence like the appearance of the girl as mentioned in the chapter is as follows. That way also you can write, or you could just complete the answer by writing the sentence. Okay, next question 19. Explain what the advertisers and the marketing professionals are working at. Answer, advertisers and marketing professionals are working hard to see that even people who live in remote rural pockets are lured and entrenched into becoming a passive consumer. Okay, next. How does the poet explain the desperate act of the female bird to bring the male bird back to life? So expected answer is, like again, points are given. As the male crane was shot by the hunter, the female crane flew crying. She circled the sky in movements of grace over his disgraceful end. As the killers went away and she returned to the death scene with grief, female crane kissed a few feathers with her beak, picked the one that wind had not taken, and sat to hatch it into a toddling chick. Okay, next question. Wherever you need to stop it, you can pause the video and observe it. Okay, let's go with the next one, 21st. What justification did Drona give for his unfair demand? Answer. Drona had promised in his faithfulness that no one would be equal ever to Arjuna in archery. Okay. Next question. Let's start the 4 stages of a day, which corresponds to 4 stages of man's life in the poem Sonnet 73. Okay, so answer, morning is resembling childhood, noon, youth, evening, old age, night to death. These are the 4 stages of the life, which is resembling the 4 stages of a day. Okay, so this is how it is mentioned in the poem sonnet. Okay, moving to next question. Explain the encounter between Billy and the mysterious seafaring man. Points are given here. A sallow, evil-looking fellow with 2 fingers missing appeared. Mysterious seafaring man. He argued with Billy. In no time, the two were fighting furiously, wounded the stranger. Billy was left stretched out on the floor, gasping for death. Okay, moving to next question, 24th. How did Ulysses use rams to prove that manly wisdom excels brutish force? Answer. Ulysses made the knots of the osier twigs upon which the Sylop commonly slept, with which he tied the fastest and the fleeciest of the rams together. The rams carried off with them to the ships. Okay, so this is how he was escaped. Fine. Moving to next main question. Rewrite is directed. Question 25. Change the following sentence to the other 2 degrees of comparison. Okay, so the sentence given in 1 degree, you have to make it in both the other degrees which are left out. So Vivekananda was more popular than most other Indian saints. So you have to convert it into, first we'll say in positive. Very few Indian saints were as popular as Vivekananda. Okay, this is in positive sentence. The second degree is Vivekananda was one of the most popular Indian saints. This is in superlative. This is positive, this is superlative. Of course, this question was given in comparative degree. So there are 3 degrees. So here it is given in comparative. So you have to write in other 2 degrees, that is positive degree and the superlative degree. So this is how you make the sentence. Next, combine the following sentences using as soon as and no sooner than. The driver saw the green signal, he started his car. Okay, so first we'll write it with as soon as and no sooner than. Fine. As soon as the driver saw the green signal, he started his car. Then by using no sooner than, no sooner did the driver see the green signal than he started his car. Or you can also write this option B as no sooner had the driver seen the green signal than he started the car. Both are correct. Any one of it, if you write, you will get the mark. Next, 27th question. Change the following sentence to reported speech. He said to him, please wait here till I return. So this is in direct speech. You have to write it into indirect speech, that is reported speech. He requested him to wait there till he returned. Okay, the tense changes and you also need to change the pronoun over here. He requested him to wait there till he returned. Okay, moving to 7th main, answer the following questions in 5 to 6 sentences. 3 mark questions. Question 28. The preservation and utilization of water is fundamental for human life. Explain. Again, let's see the points. The preservation and utilization of water is fundamental for human welfare. Apart from artesian water, the ultimate source in all cases is rainfall or snowfall. Much of the Indian agriculture depends on seasonal rainfall and is therefore very sensitive to any failure of irregularities of the same. The problems of soil erosion, of inadequate or irregular rainfall are closely connected with each other. It is clear that the adoption of techniques preventing soil erosion would also help to conserve and keep the water where it is wanted. Water is necessary for animal life and plant life. Okay, so here we can write the points. Now 29th question, differentiate between a mechanical act and an intentional act. So let's look at the points for this answer. If you act mechanically, there is no moral content in our act. Such action would be moral. If you think it proper to act like a machine and do so, in doing so, we use our discrimination. We should bear in mind the distinction between acting mechanically and acting intentionally. It may be moral of a king to pardon a culprit, but the messenger bearing the order of pardon plays only a mechanical part in the king's moral act. Okay, so this is how you write the points of the answer. Okay, moving to next question. Give reasons to prove that only the test of fire makes fine steel, according to Lincoln. Again, let's see the points for this answer. If you heat and beat the iron, then it can be given any shape you want. The poet wants his son to pass through the fire, which means difficulty. He is sure that only the test of fire produces strength. The poet wants his son to be trained in school. Okay, so these are the points for this answer. Next, question 31. Explain the following lines with reference to the poem Vachanam. My legs are pillars, the body the shrine, the head a cupola of gold. Okay, these are lines from Vachana poem. Now you need to write the explanation of these lines. Okay, let's see the points. Human body is compared to a temple. The rich people can build the physical temple of gold. Poor man cannot do what the rich man does. Poor man's legs are compared to pillars of the temple, the body, shrine of the temple, and the head is compared to the dome or gopura of the temple. Okay, this is how it is explained in the poem. If you want to see the explanation of this poem, even that is the video is already uploaded, and you can check the playlist in my channel of first language English playlist, and then you can find the video of explanation over there. Okay, let's move to the next question, 32. Summarize John Maswell's sense of guilt in the poem CLN. Okay, let's see the points. John Maswell explains the dedication to his mother. The poet had begun his life in the dark womb of his mother. His mother's life made him a man. Mother did not care for her beauty. She sustained all pain while giving birth. She could not see her child grow as she died. John Masfield gives importance to the womankind. Men triumph over women. The poet feels that he has not done, tried, or said anything to thank that dear woman dead. Okay, so this is an emotional poem from your text, and the answer is here. Okay, question 33. How does the writer introduce Karna to the assembly? Or you have an option to this question. What was Pasteur's message to young students on the occasion of his 70th birthday celebration? So let's see one by one. First answer, introduction of Karna. Okay. At the close of the day, there came suddenly from the entrance of the arena a sound, loud and compelling like thunder. The sound made by slapping of mighty arms in challenge. A godlike youth from whom light and power seemed to emanate. He looked proudly around him, cast a negligent salute to Drona and Kripa. This is how was the introduction given about Karna. Okay. Now, next optional questions answered. The future, he said, will belong to those who shall have done the most for suffering humanity. First, ask yourselves, what have I done for my education? Then, as you advance in life, what have I done for my country? The consciousness of having contributed in some measure to the progress and welfare of humanity. Okay, so these 3 points will give you an answer for this question. Like, what was the pastor's message to young students on the occasion of his 70th birthday celebration? Okay, let's move to next question. Explain the reference to context. Okay, 34th question. Don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold. So from which lesson is this extract taken? So it is from The Gift of Magi. Author is O. Henry. Now, who said to whom? Della said to Jim. Della had cut off her beautiful hair, the valuable possessions she had. She told them to give sold them to give a present to Jim. She could not have lived through Christmas without giving a present to Jim. When Jim, shocked by seeing her face, she told in that way. She told this above sentence. Okay. When Jim was shocked to hear and see her face, she told this sentence to Jim. Okay, next extract. Never again among our people must such a deceased and inhuman hatred rise. So this extract is taken from the lesson The Girl Who Was Anne Frank. Author is Louis T. Jong. So in March 1957, a Hamburg student suggested to lay flowers on her last resting place. More than 2,000 answered his appeal. Standing in front of one of the graves, a 17 years old schoolgirl said these words. Okay? Okay, next question. Paris should be proud of us. The lesson is The Pie and the Tart. Author is Hugh Chesterman. And Perry said to Jane. Now Perry was pacing up and down, blowing on his fingers. Jean was irritated. He asked Perry to stop it. But Perry said that he would die if he stopped, then showed the holes in his tunic and said the above line. Okay, next question. Oh, come ye in peace here, or come ye in war. Now this line is taken from the poem L'Chinois. Poet is Walter Scott. The bride's father asked L'Chinois, as the marriage of bride, that is Ellen, was about to take place, young L'Chinois boldly entered the Netherby Hall. Bridesmen and relatives were also present. Then spoke the bride's father. Okay, so in that context, the sentence was said. Next question 38. With trembling oars, I turned and through the silent waters stole my way. Now, this is taken from the poem The Stolen Boat, written by William Wordsworth. And the poet has said these words. The poet reveals his condition in the stolen boat. He found a little boat tied to a willow tree. He unloosened his chain of the boat. He was very happy in the beginning, but as it was becoming dark, he felt alone and frightened by seeing the mountain ahead. Then he turned his boat back to the willow tree. So, at that circumstance, these lines were written there. Fine. So coming to next main, it's quote from a memory. You have a poem. Stanzas are given. I was angry till did grow. Then the next optional poem is he said he stayed not, came late. So these are the two poems. You can update it. You can fill it whichever you know the best. So answers are here. You can just see, observe the poems, and you can memorize it and go for your exams. Okay. Moving to 10th question, answer the following questions in 7 to 8 sentences each. It's a 4-mark question now. Okay, what argument does the speaker give to convince his neighbor that they do not need the wall? Answer. The speaker says that they do not need the wall because their fields are two different kinds. The neighbor field has a pine tree. The speaker has an apple orchard. His apple trees would never get across and eat the cones under his pines. The speaker does not relish the idea of a wall between neighbors. Every spring the wall is destroyed, they have to rebuild it. Okay, so this is the answer. The next question 41. How did the pastor develop the idea of immunity? Or you have an option here. The approach of the sexton, the postman, the blacksmith, and the baker to the game is typical of their profession. Explain. Okay, let's see one by one about Pasteur. We'll look first. Pasteur was trying to discover a cure for the terrible disease called anthrax. It was attacking cows and sheep in France and killing them. Cow could not have anthrax twice. It could be done by giving the cows and sheep very weak old germs to make them safe or immune. Collected sheep, cows, goats divided into two lots. One lot he injected weak anthrax germs, other he left alone. Certain day he injected all deadly anthrax germs. Third day, animals injected with weak germs were perfectly well, and all the others died. Okay, so this is the first answer. The second optional question's answer is sexton works for a church. The postman is a government official. A blacksmith is a person who makes and repairs things made out of iron, and the baker is someone who makes food by using an oven or another concentrated heat source. Okay, now sexton and the postman do not take a risk as they are government officials. These men behave typical to their professions. They are not aggressive in taking runs or bowling. Okay, moving to next question 42. Man today is an unstoppable buying machine. Explain with examples. Or one more question is given. Give instances to show that the blind girl's parents were very concerned about her. Okay, let's see first one. All human beings have rights to the basic material requirements for a life of dignity, necessary to stay enough to the merely material commodities of the spirit. It is obvious then that unimaginably vast amounts of money and enormous resources are being spent worldwide in all-out effort to persuade people to become buying machines. Shopping has become more than a need, it has become the chief form of entertainment. Okay, next optional question's answer is they seem to be very anxious about her comfort. Women gave the detailed instruction to the girl as to where to keep her things, not to lean out of the window, and how to avoid speaking to strangers. So these were the instructions given by the woman to the girl. Okay, moving to next main, answer the following by reading the passage carefully. So there's a passage on newspaper here. You can pause the video and go through the passage. Okay, so there's a passage which will be given. You have to read it, understand it, and based on that, you have some questions which you will have to answer. So first question is, what work does the newspaper do today? And the second question is, how does the newspaper foster international feelings? So first answer, what work does newspaper do today? It gives news but also comments on them, criticizes the people and the government, deals with social, political, industrial and religious questions, reviews books and periodicals, ventilates grievances, and does many other things. Okay, now next, how does the newspaper foster international feelings? It breaks down barriers between nations, nets up the different parts of a vast continent, teaches them to feel for one another. Okay, so this is how you can write the answers. Now, next question is on essay. You have to write 18 to 20 sentences on any of the following topics, any one of the following topic. You have two questions, pollution, the invisible enemy, and national integration. Whichever topic you know the best, you can choose that and write on any one. The matter, the sequence you write, and the language you use is what and how they give you the marks. 2 marks and 2 and 5. Okay. Next is imagine you are Rohan or Akshay of Government High School, Kalburgi. Write a letter to your friend explaining how the sports day was organized in your school. So this is, of course, an informal letter here because you're writing a letter to your friend. Now, next optional question is imagine you are Bharat or Bhagya of a government high school, Yadgir. Write a letter to the executive engineer of electricity board of your locality, highlighting the irregularity of electricity in your area. So this is a formal letter. So you should know the format and the matter written and the language used. This is how you will be given the marks. I hope you all know the format and how to write it. So with this, we come to an end with the model question paper of first language English. I hope this was helpful and useful for you all. If you find it useful, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. And stay tuned for more such important videos. We'll be back soon with it. Thank you.